Welcome back. Here with Money, 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 and we're in conversation with Mr. Deepak Chandnani, the South Asia and Middle East CEO of Worldline. Mr. Chandnani, so we've spoken about the different instruments and channels that exist. Now let's understand wallets. I know I had to start using a wallet because I had to take one of the cab aggregators. So I was forced. There was no other choice left at that point in time. There are about, what, 40 wallets now operating in the country?
Actually, at last count, it crossed 50.
50 wallets?
Yes.
How do they operate? How sustainable are they? And you know, what's in it for the end user?
So right now, it's great for the end user. Because the end user gets a lot of benefits when they use these wallets. Invariably, they're offering a lot of discounts, freebies when you load money onto them. And then
yeah, but I always wonder, and sorry, you can call me skeptical if you want to. We've always learned that there's no free lunch. So every time I'm using it, I'm still wondering, is there a hidden cost somewhere? How is it that I'm getting this extra cash back, or you know, the odd movie ticket vouchers, etc.?
Well, there's no hidden cost for you. You are putting your own money into the prepaid instruments. As we talked about prepaid instruments earlier, a wallet is just a prepaid instrument into which you've put money already. It's your money. It's typically secure because they use good technology and good security measures. Eventually, they want to use this base of customers to be able to sell things to them, to advertise to them, and so on and so forth. I mean, you can hark back to the days of how Yahoo started and Google started and offered you all these wonderful search engines for free, and they still do, right? But they make their money in other ways by being able to sell goods to you. So the wallets have started with the same idea. But the way to attract the consumer is to be able to give the consumer something more than they would get when they use their regular bank instrument.
Exactly. So who's paying for the freebies right now?
So right now, it's the venture capitalists who are funding it. And I think the consumer is enjoying that benefit. But if you look at these wallets, today there are a set of wallets that are issued by independent companies, and there's a whole host of them. There's the MobiKwik, Paytm, and you'd have heard all those names. Then there are wallets issued by banks.
Correct.
And then there are wallets issued by telecom companies.
Which perplexed me even further. When my bank is telling me to, you know, create a wallet and not use my regular debit card account or my savings bank account, so what's really happening?
So banks have always tried to get their users to use different types of payment instruments. They wanted them to use prepaid instruments because in prepaid instruments you keep a smaller amount of money and you use it for specific purposes. It's also less money at risk, so the consumer feels more comfortable using that small pot of money rather than having to access their main money.
Dip into the main account.
That's right. So that's the reason why banks have talked of prepaid instruments, and particularly for travel overseas, travel in India, even for gift cards when you want to gift somebody. So that idea has gotten extended to wallets. Wallets are also trying to go one step further, which is make it very convenient for you to use as compared to using your debit card or your credit card or your bank account. Sending money from, say, one Paytm wallet to another Paytm wallet is very easy. It's frictionless. So what wallets have done is, aside from bringing in freebies, they've also brought a lot of convenience and ease of use, which now banks are quickly catching up with, finding that consumers are adopting wallets in a big way. Today, the number of transactions that happen through wallets are catching up with the number of transactions that happen through credit cards.
Although phenomenal,
although credit cards have been around for 40, 50 years and wallets have been around for 4 or 5.
And you know, just when we were beginning to get comfortable with the idea of e-wallets, now there's a new phenomena called the UPI, or the Unified Payment Interface, which is going to come up in the country. And this is something that the RBI is now ushering in. A lot of big banks are involved. What happens then? Do wallets go away? Now will banks start paying each other? There is a talk of having a unique ID linked with every single account. What's coming up next?
So UPI, I think, is a wonderful thing that NPCI has come up with. It's an interface. So what it does is it sits on top, as far as from a technical point of view, it sits on top of the IMPS, the payment system that NPCI has. But what it does for the consumer is it lets you get identified by your Aadhaar number or your mobile number.
Okay.
And once I've registered with UPI, and so have you, if I want to send you any money, all I need to know is your mobile number. And I just send you the money, send the money to your mobile number, and actually ends up in your bank account. It goes from my bank account, ends up in your bank account.
Without using internet banking. So this is almost a mobile-to-mobile transaction.
Yes, indeed. So it goes through the NPCI system, or I can use your Aadhaar number. So what it's doing is, it's an interface, and the interface is making it very easy and convenient for consumers to transfer money to each other. Therefore, what it will also do is allow for person-to-person transfer to become much faster and easier than it was before. Today, when it comes to wallets, for example, if I have a Paytm wallet, I can't send money to you if you have a MobiKwik wallet.
Right.
They're not interoperable.
Right.
Going forward, through the UPI system, these wallets will not become interoperable, but all banking accounts across the country will become interoperable. I don't need to remember, today if I have to send you money, I need to remember your
bank account
name,
number,
your
branch,
IFSC code, branch.
NEFT, all of that, yeah.
I don't need to know any of that. I just need to know your mobile number.
And you'll be able to send me the money
straight away, instantly.
Instantly.
Yes. And you can even ask for money. So I can even write to you saying, Surabhi, you owe me some money, please send. And you can actually send me the money. So.
Well, phenomenal changes, but with all of this comes the very critical issue of risk as well, fraud, and what we should be aware of. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about after the break.